Welcome to Tacos, Tequila, Therapy, and the Tea, of course, with your girl P. I'm going to tell y'all, this is a podcast about everything from beauty to life to love to motivation. If you are looking for a little uplifting spirit or you need to know something about that beauty industry, you confused about what to do with your hair, you have come to the right place. Let's get to it. Join me on the Tea with P. Welcome to today's Tea with P. We got a little bit of tacos, tequila, therapy, and the tea. So the last time we talked about a little bit of a difference in terms of professionalism when it comes to your hairstylist, to where people are in the industry. While everybody can be amazing, there's different levels to it. But today is a continuation of that series, but more focused on the customer. Now, this would be for anybody and everybody. Everybody who is a customer in any type of establishment. Now, when we talk about customer service, now this one came with a little spice of the sip is the rum punch. When we talk about customer service, not all customers know how to be professional. That's surprising because most of us, and when I say us, I'm talking about as people, right? Live by the motto that the customer is always right. Yeah, that's a lie. Like, that statement is absolutely crazy. So, when we talk about being a customer and me being now and in my life have been a service provider, right? So, I perform a service, I have customers. I've worked in different environments where I've had customers, and it's people crazy as hell. Like, I want to make it make sense, but I'm hoping that my listening people are not one of these people. So sometimes you got to check yourself. And this now is coming from a perspective of a business owner. Now, what I'm about to say today applies to every part of being a customer. I don't care if you're in a restaurant or you are in a salon environment, you are in a spa. It is about being a customer and understanding the protocol of being a customer, how to be a professional customer. I don't think people are taught that. And that's now up for debate. Okay? Because people need to be taught how to be a customer because some of this shit, and I mean shit, is absolutely crazy. Right? So we want to talk about being a professional customer to receive the best customer service that you can. So I know this is going to be like very debatable, right? You have people who have a consumer mindset, and then you have others who come from the business perspective. But even those who, from a business perspective, they lack customer service, right? So it's kind of questionable as to how this could go. Now, I am going to say that while I am very versed across the board, I have taken several classes from the top providers of customer service, but just to help me understand, right? And when we talk about customer service, we are talking about on a basic level of, hey, I'm going through the drive through. Now, some people will get mad at the person taking the order or the person giving them their food, right? But how many of us, and I'm talking about us as a people because I ain't really with y'all because this is serious for me, go to the damn window or you're at the voice box at the menu acting like you ain't never been there before. Like you don't know what the hell you want. For one, you know what you're allergic to. How is the person behind the mic supposed to know that? We shouldn't have to always ask that. When you know that you've been here before, how about you tell somebody so they can best service you? Don't nobody have time for you to be going through your thoughts when you already know the damn menu. I know this is like, what? But then I get mad when your order messed up, but you really didn't have it right from the beginning because you was kind of confused about your allergy. right? But that's on a small scale. Now, there is two sides to that. The person behind the mic could not have been listening properly, and that's another issue. But when you go acting like you do not know your allergies, what you don't want, what you do want, and you have been here like in your life 25,000 times, ma'am, sir, please get to that damn box and order what you want. You came here to this drive-thru. You already knew what you want. You stood in this line. You already knew what you want because you done been here before. But why you acting like you don't? But we want somebody to provide the most customer service because you expect for that person behind the mic to read your mind. They don't know you. Now we get mad at them. And I'm just saying we as a people, because I ain't really included in you. Don't forget that, right? But now being a person, and not just now, but in my life, of providing services to others, the crazy part about this is I see it all the time in the salon where people are like, did you forget how to be a customer? But expected customer service. And I'm the only stylist who feel this way about y'all. So if this is you, your problem. I am straight judging, right? Because please understand that we are providing a service and we want to provide you with the best service, but learn how to be a more professional customer. Okay? So there's now the situation where customers feel like, hey, stylists out here with too many damn rules. The rules are in place because your friend, your cousin, your aunt, your grandmama done fucked up the system, right? Somebody didn't follow directions, and it might have been somebody you knew, or it might have even been you that caused this rule to now be in place because the service provider has to make it best for you to service them. We're weeding out the bad vibes. Now, when I tell you about being a professional customer, this is a side note and off topic because you know Patrice is random and I can be. Whoever been listening, you know that I am. But if you are a scammer and trying to get over on people, this is not for you. You are not included in professional customer service or being a professional customer. Don't nobody want you. We don't want you at a fast food restaurant. We don't want you in a retail shop. Look, we don't even want you in a dollar store because you somebody who always trying to get over, always got a problem, always trying to scheme. And this is not for you. You might need to take a whole nother class of learning to be a better person. But I digress. This is not for you. This is for the people who think they are great customers and swear that they know about customer service, but they lack professional customer courtesy. Maybe that's what we'll call it, right? You don't even know how to be a professional customer. Because reality is that no business owes you nothing. We welcome you, but we owe you nothing. I know that sounds crazy, but we already are providing a service. We are ready. We're here. But if you do not understand the rules and the guidelines, and when somebody asks you a question, whose problem is it? Right? So back to the topic at hand and to being a professional providing a service, right? Or having a business. What I find is that people do not like rules that are set in place. They do not respect time or even understand how that flows. And they think that they should have what they want when they want it. Now, who doesn't really want to have what they want when they want it? But that is not reality. And what I'm finding is that advice from a professional, right? When you are either at the drive-through, hey, think about what you want before you get to the voice box, right? Before you even get to the menu, you probably already know what you want. Please just state what you want. It saves time. When people talk about the line too long, note that there was somebody at their window acting like they don't know what the menu is. And the funny story is that I was laughing because it's one day, and it makes me think about my son. Now, my midget that's not so midget is like a genius in his own right, but he makes me really ponder on life. And we were in the line at Chick-fil-A, who has amazing customer service, by the way, because they to the point. The menu is simple and clear. You don't even have that many options that you need to really be thinking about. But I was like, hey, here's someone, what you want. What you gonna get today? And he looked at me, he was like, all they serve is chicken. And I was taken back like, that's all they serve. It's not like you got that many options. But still, what do you want? But when he said that, it made me think like, clearly, like I got this. It ain't that much to choose from, Mom. You asking me too early. But I laughed so hard because it made me think that yes, they have kept this menu as simple as possible for you to make your choices, and it's clean cut. You want fries, you want a salad. You want a wrap, but everything is chicken. What side you want? You want macaroni and cheese, you want fruit, you want french fries, you want tater tots. How many do you need in them chicken minis? You want a chicken sandwich, you want chicken biscuit. Like they kept it real simple, but people still get to that menu and act like it's Burger King. They are not selling Impossible Burgers, Big Macs, or Whoppers, right? And I know that's McDonald's, don't judge me. But that's funny because when he said that, it was like, wow, and I had to laugh because I'm acting like he got a whole bunch of options, but he really get nuggets, right? But we will be mad at the person behind the thing. Like they take it forever. You took forever to even order. You ain't even know what you want. And then you get there, can I get some sauce? Can I get this? Can I change this? I thought I wanted that. Like, and people are allowed to change their mind. But think about that before you even start your order. But when I'm in the salon, even though I'm talking about the drive-through at Chick-fil-A, being a professional customer is across the board. Now, if we move that to the salon, I know this is like, oh my gosh, these stylists are crazy these days. They got crazy rules. You got to come with this, or you got to come shampooed. You need to come detangled. But you know what? They got rules, right? And follow the damn rules. Communication is the best part of being a professional business and a professional customer. Like the business is not here to read your mind. We don't know you. So if you are running late, do you know that it is just a courtesy to say, hey, I'm running late. Is it still okay? Because 15 minutes can change time. 15 minutes could be your whole shampoo journey. 15 minutes could be their breakdown, whatever that could be to get your wig going. And that would put them 15 minutes behind for the next person who was going to be on time, but your butt was late. Be courteous and don't get in there and be 20 minutes late and then you won't ask for some extras. No, ma'am, no, sir. That's disrespectful. Yes, you think because you showed up, we should give you what you want. But that's not how it goes. That is not reality. Nobody wants to work under that pressure of inconsistency and inconsideration. Now, I hope this is not you, my listening viewers. I hope that you're not this customer. But I find when I ask people in the salon, say, hey, what are you going for today? And they tell me, you're the creative person. You're the professional. Why don't you just make me up? I be looking at people like you a damn fool. So if I am a creative person today, I want to do green. Are you feeling green? And I say it because it's the most extreme color that nobody really wants to go for, but it's actually really pretty on most of us. And they be like, oh no, well, you said do what I want to do. That's how you leave looking like Susie and not Samantha. Because don't nobody know you. You need to come with some pictures. You need to have a conversation. We do not know you. When you come in, your hair nappy is not in order, and we need to get to the point of done, not undone. You had a bad experience with the last salon. Don't come bringing that here to a new space where you're trying again. Learn to be a better customer. Bring pictures. Change the dynamic of your situation if you want different results. Now, this is like touchy, right? Because I really want people to understand. Like, I've seen it when a small group of people go to a restaurant and wonder, how did your food get messed up? Because you weren't even decisive in the beginning. Now, those who are very clear, like, hey, I don't want this, I need this, because, some people's lists aren't very long. But to provide the best service, people should not have to read your mind as a customer. Being considerate of time. You have people who will appear in Nordstrom, Macy's at 5 minutes before closing because they think I have arrived. You were open and you should still service me. Why should they spend a crazy amount of money on electric and hours because you lack time management and coming in 5 minutes before somebody closes? And while you shop and take your time to find what you want, that's now how that works. And you're about to spend about, I would say, how about 150? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt of coming in right before closing and spending 150. And that is pushing it. That will cover wages, electric, overtime, anything like that. You're not doing that. The amount that you're spending, it is so inconsiderate. Some of those people have been in work for a long time. They want to go home. That is not customer service when you're inconsiderate. You're an unprofessional customer who lacks courtesy, and that's your problem. But sometimes when you read a review, you be like, oh my God, that salon or that store or that establishment is the worst. But sometimes if you read some of them reviews, you be like, that customer's crazy as hell. That is so unrealistic. When you get about four more details, right? So the last one was talking about being a salon professional and about how not getting us mixed up. But how about you customers? Understand that the business that you are walking into, right? And there is a difference between the dollar store, Target, Walmart, right? And how you go into those places is a difference. And how people walk in, what they wear, how they act, very different. Very different. But when you are going into a space like a salon environment, and I'm going to speak from my industry because my people, we probably need a voice on this. Because people do some of the most outlandish and crazy things. This is a public service announcement to anyone who has been a customer in a service based business. We want to hear from you. We want to know that you are running late. We want to know that you are canceling. Yes, we are still pissed if you are canceling 5 minutes before you are supposed to be here. But yes, we still want to hear from you because you know what? You are wasting our time by not communicating. Did you hear that moment of silence? That is something small, but communication is the key. Another part of the communication is that if I could help you out with any advice of being the best customer, right? The most professional customer you can be is that when you go into any establishment, know what you want. I have to tell clients all the time. I don't know you. I have to get to know you. So you at least got to give me a lane to be in. How about you put me in the state? How about you give me a street to be on so I can pick the house? So I am very professional and creative and I got options, but I don't even know you. And I want to provide you with the best service, but they be like, do what you want. I don't even know you. What would you like today? And we have to have that conversation to be able to get to that. So first, let me know. Communicate with me. You're gonna be late, you're running behind, you want to cancel. Hey, let somebody know something. If you do not have a phone number, send an email. We will read it. And when I say we, I'm talking about all of my professionals. If y'all can't tell the energy in this, it is stressful. I am not the only person who feels this way with the lack of professional customers. Because everybody's not a scammer, but you guys just got some ways that make us think like, why would you do that? And know that if you have to pay a deposit, it's because your sister, cousin, friend, somebody then canceled last minute or not shown up, just nothing at all. There are numerous service providers from the lash industry, nail industry, hair industry that get clients who never say anything. Most of them may even have online booking and you can go in and cancel the appointment and you don't. You just don't show up. You don't send an email, you do not place a call, you do not send a text, but you know when you respond? Oh, when your card is charged. And you're like, wait a minute, but I couldn't come today. Too late, sis. You had about 4 messages that you could have replied to that said, I cannot make it. I had an emergency. I have a problem. Can I reschedule? And you didn't. So now you are charged because you lied being a professional customer. And then you mad at the business, like they got too many rules and this didn't work out. I was just a few minutes. No, these businesses want to provide you with the best customer service, and this is how they're trying to do it and have a controlled space. You don't get to do what you want when you want to and how you want to. Now, we appreciate your business, but we want good business. We want good customers. We would like it to be easy. We would like it to be a team effort, not a take, but a give and take. Right. So that part, right? So communicate if you can't come in, if you're going to be late and well before you're supposed to be there. Do not text I'm parking and you're already 5 to 10 minutes late. That's crazy. You knew you was late 30 minutes ago. You knew you was wrong because you left out later. You did not leave at the time that you're supposed to, and it's stressful. So it's like, hmm. Is the business crazy for charging your card or not accepting you as a client? No, ma'am, sir, that's you. Your barber gave you a time. And now there's a two-way street to this. We talked about professionalism, and most of the professional people that I know are very timely, right? If you are not timely, I am a person that if I know that I am running behind time, I have sent you the message well before your time, like, hey, I'm 10 to 15 minutes behind my schedule and clients, whatever that may be. Can you come at this time? Because it's a question mark, not a period. I do not assume that you can. But it's communication to say, is this okay? And I apologize. Do I get that same courtesy sometimes? No. But I remind clients often, like, you are not on my payroll. You are not to be here all day. So know what you want and know where you're going. Because I got you, but we don't have all day to figure it out. You got to go home because I want to go home. People don't want to be in here playing with you. We love you, but we ain't here to play with you. And I'm sure you don't want to play with us. Because half of y'all did not play well and got somewhere else to be. So you ain't even playing your life out for the amount of time that you booked for. So it's being courteous. It's being like a person who can communicate, good, bad, or indifferent. It makes us see you differently as a service provider. Like, hey, they at least communicate versus saying nothing at all. Now, another suggestion would be to plan out your money, plan out your life. I don't care if you're walking into Nordstrom's, the dollar store, Target, Walmart, Neiman Marcus, or Saks. Know what you can afford, know what you're getting yourself into, and devise a plan. It is not on me as the service provider to determine how much you can afford when you're asking for things that are outside of your budget. If you belong at Target and you're shopping at Nordstrom or Saks, that is not Nordstrom or Saks' problem. It is yours. You should have stayed your butt at Target. You cannot have what you would get at those other establishments on a Target's budget. Count your coins. Now, it could be borderline offensive. But what is more offensive is somebody asking you for something that is well out of their budget and they're expecting you to perform this service in all of the time that it takes to achieve it with the money you planned on spending because you're a customer. I had to take another sip on that. We should not conform to your target budget if we are a Saks establishment. Is that fair? No, it is not. And you can't expect Saks energy on a Walmart budget and time. I've had some of the craziest things. I've literally had somebody come into me asking me for Beyonce's color, and her budget was $100. And that was including style. I was offended that she thought that that's what it should be. The amount of work it would have taken her to get to the type of blonde and the dimension that Beyonce's hair has from where she was would have taken a minimum of 6 hours. And she felt as if it was worth $100. I looked at her like she was batshit crazy. I am dead serious. Like, you must have lost your mind if you think I'm going to do that. What's the amount of product that needs to be used? And I know you as a customer, you don't have to count that. That is not your concern. But as the business professional, you done lost your mind. That ain't even on my price list. How do you come in and create something new? No, ma'am. No, sir. No. But we talk about customer service real quick. When you leave a review and we like their prices are X, Y, and Z, and I don't feel like it's worth it, you knew those prices before you got there. Was it outside your budget and that wasn't something that you chose to do? I've read reviews from customers even on like trips. Well, this is expensive. This is more than I've ever paid anywhere else. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to go on that excursion for that amount of money. If you felt as if it was outside of your budget, that is not the company who provided the excursions problem. It's you as a customer, man, because you ain't counting your coins or planning your life out right. That's not a customer service issue. That's a professional customer issue. I know that can be borderline offensive, and it may not make sense to be when somebody's going to give you another way of looking at it as if it's the company's fault. But please understand, it is not up to you to place a value on how much someone should charge for your convenience. Like you think that it should be worth less, but you don't have a clue as to what's entailed because you have a consumer mindset and not a business mindset. You are a receiver, and receivers don't always know what it's like to give and provide and what that really entails. What's the cost? What's the time? How long? But you know how to receive. And that's okay. I just want you to be a better receiver. It is a team effort. Follow the rules, communicate, plan. I don't care if you're going to the drive through or a service based business. I don't care if you're going into Nordstrom, Saks, the dollar store, be a better customer. People want to help you and know it's not always easy to do our job. Be patient, communicate. Now, the other side of that to you customers that I'm trying to teach you to be more professional customers, choose the establishment wisely. Hmm. Now, on the last episode of this tacos, tequila, therapy, and the tea, we talked about professionalism. Like I told you guys, don't be mixing nobody up. Yeah, they might be really good, but they're not to the level of professionalism or licensed or degreed to be in that arena. If you missed it, go back to it. Because I also talked about the difference in the level of professionalism and things to expect, right? But what you don't go to is you don't go to the dollar store expecting sacks. If you go to somebody who provides a service and they told you to bring your own towel, you need to shampoo your own hair, don't expect hair growth. Don't expect for them to know you or care about you. You have a lot of stylists now who have now focused on more of their niche market, right? They are focusing on not just market, but niche service. Like, this is what I'm really good at. This is what I'm sticking to. And these artists are amazing at what they're focusing on, be it braids, be it micro links, color, they're doing natural hair, they're doing cuts, whatever that may be. You see a lot of that on their websites if they have them. And that's another topic. Your Instagrams, your TikToks, your Twitter, wherever that is, and they're posting their work, even on Facebook, you can see what they're really good at. But I find that customers will go to someone because they provide a specific service, expecting a full service experience. Now, sir or ma'am, if you went to that person because of the service that they provide, like, oh, they do really good ponytails, or oh, they do really good weaves, note that they may not care about where you came from and where you're going to. So they don't care about your hair care, they don't care about your hair loss. They're about to cover it up with what they do best. Because that isn't the person that's really working with you. Sometimes it takes an arsenal, like your doctors. And I've said this before in another podcast. Sometimes it takes a team. Even with your hair, you have several doctors. You might have, hey, I got my girl who got my braids really well. She doesn't do too tight. She doesn't pull my edges. I got my girl who does color. I got my man who does cuts. Whatever that is, right? But understand people's lane. Now, to you future customers of any service provider, I'm going to give you this from a professional. And this is some free information that you guys are not paying for. When you are scrolling and you are looking at photos on Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, I don't care, even if it's Google. If you are looking at a business, a salon, a barber shop, a nail tech, a lash tech, and they have a specific style or a specific lane that they stay in where they, hey, I do shortcuts. Hey, I do color. And hey, I do specific types of barbering, whatever that may be, right? If you see a video and let's say it got a whole lot of views, like, oh my gosh, she looks amazing. And when you do a little bit of digging and you go to the stylist page and you never see that client again, why is that? Did that person not return? Is their hair damaged? Because if that person got a lot of views, they probably would get more with a different style, a change up, A color change. Hey, she returned. She went from straight, she went to curly, whatever that may be. But a repeat customer says there is consistency in their work. Somebody liked them enough to come back. If you don't even see a repeat, you should be concerned. Why is there no repeats? Do they see that many people that they don't need to have repeats? But why do people not come back? Can they not afford to? Did they travel to see them? Did they have a bad experience? Can they not afford to? Whatever that may be. But you, as a customer, need to do better digging when you want to choose your place and then label everybody as the same. So I had people to be like, yeah, I went to a salon that, a stylist, and she might not even say salon. What she will say is the stylist was unprofessional. And I was like, oh, how was it? Like, what was your experience like? Because you want to learn people. And I don't really care who the stylist was because the name really doesn't matter to me. But what was the experience that you didn't like? And I find it funny when you hear someone say, like, yeah, I was in the basement, or I ended up at her house. He or she didn't give me the address until the day of. I had to put a deposit down, but I didn't even know where I was going. She had a boyfriend in and out. She had pets. She had dogs. I was babysitting the kid while I was getting my hair done. What made you choose that person anyway? Do you think that you're a great customer in your choice? No. Check the person that you chose. What made you choose this establishment? So, one of the things that I have been telling clients lately, when you're choosing a person, what you want to see is consistency. If they are known for that thing, that's what they do. Note that they may not be asking you where you came from and where you're going to. You came for what they do as a niche product or service. You want this ponytail, this is what I do. I got you. I'm going to cover up whatever you got going on and I'm going to make it work. But when you have someone who does not have, when you look at their Instagram and they do not have a person that you can see twice with a different look, hair growth, a different style, be concerned. Because why would they not post again someone who got them so many views and their hair looked amazing and you're able to change it and it's good? Question that. It's not just consistency in what they can do, it's how many ponytails they can make look the same, how many wigs they can lay that look the same. But do you see a repeat customer who came back and changed or elevated or had options? You have people out here that's saying, like, hey, I am, making people great. Women have alopecia and I make them feel good and make them feel free. Okay. So do we see growth? Do we see change? Do you see that customer again with something different? Did you see any hair growth? Did you see them do anything different? I'm concerned with those folks. If you see someone who may look like it's in a hallway or outside, you may have gone to their house. And if that's not the type of place you want to be in, choose wisely. I'm not saying every person who provides a service is professional, but there are some customers who lack professionalism, and we just want you to be more professional. Putting people in the right category and being a customer who is in the right category. So communicate with us. Know your budget, know your time, be respectful. Choose your service provider wisely. Don't go holding someone else accountable for something that you lack to do research on. One of the things that I talked to the clients about in the salon, which is very funny, right, is that over COVID, I was watching all of these YouTube videos because I am not one who can be in front of the camera all the time. And when I do, sometimes I'm cross-eyed, but I digress. But I seen this one girl. Oh my gosh, she was super cute. Oh my, she was just beautiful. And she did so many beautiful braid styles on herself. But as a professional, what I noticed is that out of these 20 videos I done watched of you and repost on some of major platforms of pages getting thousands and thousands of views, this girl here ain't never changed lane. She stayed bald head. So you lacked hair care, but she was able to cover it up. Now, if you are a customer who likes that, please go forward. But do not make that dollar store salon or experience a Saks or Nordstrom experience. Are we clear? Does that make sense? That's what you chose. And there's no judgment. It is okay. But what you don't get to do is go into the dollar store expecting Saks or Nordstrom energy. But you chose to go to the dollar store because that's where you were at that time. I know it seems like I'm all over the place because y'all know I be giving y'all random energy, but I just want to educate you because this is what it looks like. And there's a two-way street. There are some of my salon professionals who are not very professional and they do not communicate well. So I'm not saying that all are perfect. But what I'm saying is you can start out with being a more professional customer and understanding what you want and where you're coming from and where you're going to and learning how to communicate. You will choose better establishments to be in. And it doesn't always have to be expensive that you get the best customer service. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying to you is choose your space wisely, show up, and respect what is asked of you. Now, if they're asking you to bring your own towel and you still choose to book that appointment, it is not the stylist's problem, it's yours because you did not like that, but you still went along with it. Some people ask for minor things like, hey, be on time and maybe just comb your hair a little bit. Don't come in with dreadlocks and you not in locks. Detangle it a little bit. Tell me if you're late. Small things so they can best help you and know the flow of the salon because people respect your time these days. Nobody wants to be in the salon all day for a wash and blow dry. You don't have to be. But if you come in not knowing what you want, you get that all day time. I find that people now, and I know this is an old way of thinking, right? That, hey, I want an appointment. Okay. When are you looking to come? Thursday. Okay. Are you looking for morning or afternoon? And what are you looking to do? And I was like, I don't know. Well, this is the time for you to decide a kind of space that you want to be in because that determines what time I can give you. Because not every salon is booked on just bodies being in the salon. Some people are booking based on services. What you get, what are you getting? What would you like to do? Determines how much of my day you're going to take up and where I can place you. And yes, online booking can be very confusing for you non-professional customers. Now, don't forget this conversation with people who want to have really good customer service, and they may have lacked it at times, and they could probably use some improvement. We are not talking about scammers. And you know those people that's always trying to get over on somebody, want to steal from somebody. You want to get the wig, but retract your charges because there's people out here that do that. Hey, girl. Hey, sir. Check yourself. But learn to be a more professional customer. It is simple. It is a give and take relationship. Don't be the customer that's just the taker. Be respectful. Be the person that when you go into the salon, you get the best customer service because you have been the most professional customer in your communication, in your consideration, and in your patience. We got you. We love you. We love to have you. But we don't want your foolishness. Everywhere is not bad. Some of y'all don't even know what you want. Know where you're going. What you expect for somebody to know. And I have to tell people all the time, I don't know you. And right now your hair ain't even done. So we need to talk about what it looks like when it's done. I have no visual examples. I really don't know you, but I would love to get to know you. Communication is key across the board. I don't care if you're at the drive-through, you're shopping for clothes, you're shopping for food, you're in the salon, you're in the barber shop or at the nail shop. Understand. Learn how to be a better customer because don't nobody owe you shit. And maybe some of my professional people who provide a service or work in certain establishments learn how to be the better customer. So they learn how to be a better service provider. Would you want somebody to do that to you? Some things make sense and some do not. But that's been my reign. I feel like it's been like long. But that's a conversation that is ongoing. It is everlasting. Is that I have taken multiple classes on customer service, but what I have learned from my customer service classes is that I want professional customers. And are you a professional customer? Check yourself. See how it goes for you. Are you the person who can't make up your mind and the drive-through taking forever? And you blame it on the business, but it's really you? Change your mind 4,000 times or can't make up your mind. It doesn't make sense. But learn to be the most professional, considerate customer. And you'll be amazed at what level of customer service you will get. And it has been the most all over the place rant, but I hope you got it. Y'all open your mouth, communicate, think before you speak, know what you want, and choose your establishment wisely. And we are going to end it today with you got options. But today, thank you for choosing me. I hope this helps. I'm sure somebody will be mad with me, but it's all right. This was not to be offended. And if you are offended, you are probably the most unprofessional customer out there. And I hope you get better. I'm sure you will. Just learn your lessons. Check yourself. I have been a much better customer being a service provider. I've learned what it takes to be great, to provide this service, and it has helped me to be a much better customer. To all those new customers out there, to whatever establishment you choose to walk into, enter, or book an appointment with, go be great. You got this. You learned something new today. I know you got a consumer mindset, but just be considerate and communicate, customer, and be the most professional customer you can be. Thank you for spending your time with me on today's Tacos, Tequila, Therapy, and the Tea with Patrice B. And I will see you on the following Tuesday. Take care. Thanks for spending your time with me. I know that you got options and you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to listen to your girl today. Don't forget to follow on all of your listening platforms. Share the episode. Tell a friend. Come on back. You can follow me on Instagram under Patrice Star or the salon, which is the Design Studio _MD. I do have a website, and that is the Design Studio MD, and that MD is like marylandodoctor.com. And we are on all of your listening platforms. We'll see you on the next Tuesday for some tacos, tequila, therapy, and the tea. Till next time.